I got 14 rounds. We're gonna do 2 rounds of a level of a warm up, and we're gonna do a drop set with squats and drop-ins. Heavy, medium, light. Then you're gonna do a body weight. If you don't have these, find some heavy books or something to hang on to, or soup cans, or whatever. But I'm gonna go heavy, medium, light, between squats and then drop-ins. So first we're gonna do a couple drop-ins to get things warmed up. I already did some crawls to warm up and a little dancing. So 50 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. All right, let's get into the first drop-in just to warm up our hips a little bit and our legs and our glutes. I'm just gonna drop in at one side, making sure we're putting pressure to the pad of the foot, keeping the knees soft, pointing out, getting that hip to the wall behind us. Just getting nice and deep to really warm up that glute back there. Make sure your core is everything's braced in the front, everything's zipped up nice and tight in the front. Nice and tight. We don't want to be sticking out, and we don't want to be tucking our hips under. We want them out. Pushing our hip back, keeping a nice neutral spine here. My lower back, my lumbar spine here is like, I can feel it, they're tight. Super awesome. If you have problems with your lower back, you need to work on those lower back muscles. You need to build them up. Doing drop-ins, doing rockers, build those up. That's all I've done to build mine. I haven't done any like, what are those called? Back extensions? I guess that's what this machine is. I haven't done any of those. Most of it was built actually in my own home. I would work out at home. I had a workout space. I had a few weights, but mostly just did rockers, body weight, and drop-ins. Body weight. So we get that other drop in here going, pushing through the pad of our foot, getting our hip back, warming up that glute, warming up our spinal erectors. I wanted to say the other name for it. Warming everything up, keeping everything nice and tight in the core, soft in the knee, getting that glute going. All right, we're gonna do our first heavy set. So grab your heavy weight. We're gonna do a squat. This is 50 pounds for me, so this might be a lot. So get a little bit wider because I got a big weight, but I'm gonna push through that padded foot. I'm gonna push my hips behind me, opening my knees up as I come down into this squat, and then trying to like spread a piece of paper apart with my feet to engage my glutes as I come up, not pushing through my heel, but more through outside here to come up. So from the side here, down, back up, keeping that nice arch in my back, engaging my glutes, making sure my hips don't tuck under while I do this. Nice glute and neutral spine here while I do this. Again, knees come out. Inside ankle bone stays high while we do this. Arch stays nice and strong. My heels are down, but I'm not pushing through them. They're just resting so I don't fall over. So onto that middle weight here, a little bit lighter. This is 35 pounds for me. So I'm gonna go a little bit faster, probably get a few more reps in. So again, from the side, hip goes back, pushing through the pad and outside blade of the foot. Hip goes back, knee stays behind laces. Nice neutral spine, no tucking the hips under. Finding those glutes and those hamstrings and spinal erectors as we do this. Not pushing through my heels at all. This is kind of a fun song. All right, down to that 20. Give me 2 seconds. I had to save that song. All right, this is a little bit lighter. So we're gonna rep it out here, just more like some pulse squats. So again, trying to rip that piece of paper apart here. Putting pressure here, not much here. Arch is strong, inside ankle bone high. Knees are coming out as I do this. Hips pushing to the wall behind me. Keep my shoulders down. Gotta breathe. Make sure everything's nice and tight in the front here while we do this. Don't lose that. Don't be pushing that belly down. Suck, not suck it in, but engage your core just enough so that your belly's not sagging down. Okay, body weight. We're gonna do body weight on this one. Find your spot, and let's just pulse squat here. Notice that usually my left and my right don't really open at the same time, same distance, I guess, angle. So it's kind of, usually having a mirror would help to do this. So again, light on my heels, getting my hips back, keeping this engaged in, not pushing my belly down, keeping it in. All right. Hope you grabbed water too. Okay, go on that heavy weight, drop in. I won't get very many with this, 50 is pretty heavy. I'm gonna find my drop in here. You need to do what weight works for you. This is a lot for a drop in for me. So again, I'm pushing through the pad of my foot. I'm making sure my glute, my hamstring, and my lumbar spine muscles are all engaged while I do this. Hips going back. Holding on to 50 pounds is a lot. All right. On to that 35 now. Same side. I'm gonna find the drop in, I'm gonna find my glute. I'm just gonna drop it in, back up again. We'll probably end up with a few more reps using a little bit lighter weight. That's what happens when you do these drop sets. Whew. I'm gonna have to take my hoodie off. Again, if you have a mirror to watch yourself, it's handy. Then you can make sure that your knees staying back, your hips going back, you're not tucking your hips under too much. You want to keep that hip always going back, keeping all this engaged as we do this. Not pushing through my heel, pushing through the pad of my foot. I have a little lotion on my hands, actually beef tallow for lotion, but it makes that challenging to hang on to. Hand was slipping. All right. So a little bit lighter weight if you want. Hold it up high or go low. It's up to you. Just gonna give my arms a little bit of a break to really focus on my glutes and my hamstring as I do this. All right, pushing that hip back, staying engaged in that glute. If I stay right here, I'm never releasing my glute muscles here. I'm just working them the entire time. Whew. Just losing my balance. Give me a minute. Need to focus. The more you focus on pushing that hip back, keeping that knee above the ankle, the more that glute's gonna stay engaged. All right. Body weight drop in. So you can rep it out fast. You can go slow, go into a deep drop in lunge here. It's up to you. It's from the side here. stay real low if you want. That'll really burn out that glute. Do a little pull off if you want, like you're gonna be ready for a run. Whew. Ready, run. Again, not pushing through that heel, trying to keep my arch nice and strong, pushing through the pad of my foot. Not letting anything collapse in. My ankle and my knee aren't collapsing in. We're staying nice and strong here. All right, that side smoked out. My glute really feels like it's lifted pretty high. All right, 4 more rounds, got to do the other leg. Let's pick up your heavy weight, whatever weight that is. Find your drop in. Just find my drop in here. Push that pad of my foot. Need to find my glute. My right side's a little more challenging. Takes me a little longer to get into it. I am focusing on building that glute and the hamstring, keeping my arch nice and, my back nice and neutral, that spine neutral. But I don't know if you can tell, but like my calves are working too while I do this. So without doing any like strict calf work, my calves are still getting worked. So is my whole body holding on to 50 pounds. All right. Next weight down, find your glute, get into that drop in. I'll just push it out. Got to push through that outside blade of the foot, keep the big toe down, knees soft, pointing out, hip to the wall behind you, finding that glute. Turn to the side here. This side I have to focus more on keeping that knee back. Make sure I get into my glute because this side doesn't like to work as well as the other side. Whew. Balance. Sometimes it's hard to talk, make sure I'm doing everything I need to do and keep my balance. Hands slipping. Shit. You didn't hear that word. Okay, 2 more rounds. Check out that lighter weight. Find our drop in. Hip back. You notice through all this, my non-loading leg is always rotating in towards my loading leg. So my knee, my body, everything's pointing in that same direction, a little out. Again, making sure that my hip is going back here. Not twisting too much. My knee stays back behind my laces, pushing through the outside blade of the foot. Big toe down, arch strong. Inside ankle bone high. Whew, that is working. My glute. Ooh, I'm glad that beep went. My glute was almost ready to cramp, I think. Okay, 1 more round. Body weight. Whew. Sorry, that was probably pretty loud, breathing into the mic. All right, get into that nice drop in. Again, stay nice and high. Drop it in. You can even hold it if you want, just iso hold. Or you can do a nice little, get ready for your run on this side. From the side here, hip goes back, knee behind laces. Really find that glute and then come up. This side wants to come out of it so bad. My muscles are toast on this side. This 4 minutes go faster than the last 4 minutes because it feels like it went faster than the last 4 minutes. Whew. Oh, my leg's shaking. I don't know if you can see that, but it was shaking really bad. Sorry, that breathing heavy, probably hard on the mic. Oh. That was some good lower body workout anyway. Do a nice little forward fold stretch. Stretch everything out in the back side here. Again, as I do this, I come down to my forward fold. Usually feet kind of hip width apart, maybe like a fist width here. As I come down, my hips go back, my femurs, my thighs rotate in. I engage in my abdomen, my core muscles to kind of pull in, zip up, and then I can fold down here using my hips. Folding from my hips, not from my back. So I'm not here, keeping my hips tight and like rounding here, trying to get down. I'm actually, hips end up going back to get down. So I'm hinging from my hip here, and then I can get down to the floor. If you can't get down to the floor, or you can only touch your fingers or your tippy toe, your fingertips, that's fine. If you can't even get that low, find something to put your hands on so that you can feel that nice stretch through the back, through the glute, and the back of your lower back. All right, do whatever other stretches you need to do, and that's the workout for today. Hope you enjoyed it.